Zambia struggles my people. Urialimba Mwewa. Ichaozi you wanna author that I never seen before. Zambia struggles my people. Urialimba Mwewa. Ichaozi you wanna author that I never seen before. Zambia struggles my people. Urialimba Mwewa. Ichaozi you wanna author that I never seen before.
Hello, welcome to the second talk about Zambia. In my first talk, I described Zambia as the butterfly, air-conditioned, and God's country. And it is. That's what Zambia is. The weather is beautiful, the shape is butterfly, and the nature of Zambia, even included in its name, it belongs to God. That is what Zambia is. Now, the story of Zambia started long before the name Zambia was coined. In the land that now is known as Zambia, there existed a group of people. They were organized mostly in kingdoms. And the largest of those kingdoms, or one of the largest of those kingdoms, were, for instance, the Lozi Kingdom. Okay, you have that name Barose. That is in the western side of Zambia. In the northern, you had the Bemba Kingdom, and the Mwata Kazembe Kingdom. You had other kingdoms. I'll be elaborating on a number of those in subsequent talks. Now, Zambia was hatched between 1911 and 1952. Basically, even before the name Zambia came, these were very monumental years. Now, before 1911, Zambia was basically a company state. It was owned by a man. One man who plundered the resources of Zambia. His name was Cecil Rhodes. They had to give that land where he had mineral, I could say concessionary rights, which had cooked up together with the Western chief, Lewanika. They had to name that area Rhodesia, so you could see. And it included the mineral excavations that he did in those lands, and then he set up a company state. So it's a company, a land owned by an individual through the company. The company became known as British South Africa. Now, British Southern African Company did good things as well as bad things to that land. We'll be seeing as we go. Now, the men and the women that rang the bell to start agitating for Zambia's independence will be talked about too. They were mostly religious, devoted men. I will mention several of them as we go on building on Zambia's story. Now, in 1953, which extended to 1963, a period of 10 years, is very important to Zambia because in that period, there was a mini amalgamation of three nations. What is now Zimbabwe, what is now Malawi, and what is now Zambia. What is now Zimbabwe was called Southern Rhodesia. Zambia was called Northern Rhodesia, relative to Zimbabwe, and Malawi was called Nyasa land. This period was very devastating to the genesis of the country we call Zambia. Zambia is what it is today basically because of the federation. It was known as the Federation of Rhodesia and Nyasa land, or just the federation. What you see, about Zambia today, the genesis, the beginning, is in the federation. And you are going to see, you cannot talk about the currency or even the present Zambia without alluding to the impact of the federation to Zambia. Okay, Zambia became born in 1964 on October 24th, and the name at that time became changed to Zambia from Northern Rhodesia. And it was born as a unitary state. Unitary state is the opposite of federal state. A federal state will have various divisions like provincial governments that are autonomous from the federal government, and countries like Canada, for example, is a federal state. It has provinces that have got sovereignty in themselves. And the United States is a federal state. It's got different states which come together to make the United States of America. So Zambia was not like that. Zambia was born a unitary state with one president, a unicameral National Assembly, which means a unicameral National Assembly means an assembly with only one house, one chamber. It has no upper or lower chamber. Although before Zambia became Zambia, when it was under the British, as a territory of the British government, it was under two chambers, the upper house and the lower house. That changed at Zambia's independence. Zambia now have only one chamber. It is called the Parliament of Zambia. The Parliament of Zambia. It has an independent judiciary, and of course the executive branch, which is literally one person, the president of Zambia, or the office of the president. Of course, from there you find several other things. Now, in the next talk, we'll build on this one and start to discover Zambia even more. This butterfly, air-conditioned God's country in Africa. Bye for now.